The ultimate knowledge. Numberless are the thoughts of man, but so numbered are their truths. Better clasp my ear to silence and hear God whisper secrets of the Absolute. It was written, the meeting between God and a seeker. God wishes to explain a few things, and the seeker wishes to clarify centuries of misconceptions about God. The seeker is looking for some clear answers, and God wants to explain who He really is and how He works. The seeker understands how God is accessible, that He always has been, but complicated traditions and fanatic belief systems have put up innumerable barriers. The seeker wishes not only to know, but also to experience. It has long been such a long search for truth and the divine heart. There has been a lot of disappointment, a lot of disillusionment in this relationship with God. Now, the seeker desires to meet God heart to heart, friend to friend. No formal rituals, no fabricated formulas on how to relate to Him, but something fresh and genuine. God Himself also wishes for a newness in relationship with human beings. He has been watching the seeker for a long time. He has noticed the deceptions of personal limitations, and though the seeker has many misconceptions, God sees that the seeker has a very honest heart. Consequently, God tells him many things about what and how he is, and more natural and spiritual ways to relate to the divine. On every page, God opens with a particular topic and the seeker responds. The seeker responds in a variety of ways as a child who yearns to know about his parent, wishing to belong. As a student who desires to learn truth from the master teacher. As a warrior who needs to hear what and how to conquer. As a skeptical hero who must understand what real heroism is. As a true friend, wishing to feel the spirit of true partnership. And as an apprentice, whom divine love can transform into an angel. God speaks from His heart, introducing Himself clearly and simply. The seeker responds, sometimes with long reflections which clarify ideas and issues, sometimes with questions which stimulate new and different perspectives, and sometimes with succinct poems which express his profound experience of realization and joy. Before God speaks, the seeker, inspired by a glimpse of the divine heart, speaks. He said, God's heart is a place of grace, a space of belonging, a longing finally fulfilled. Divine heart is an oasis, a refuge, a sanctuary, nourishing, liberating, the place where grace gives me back to me. Once again, to feel complete and whole, unique and free, no need to prove, to label, nor pretend what I am. Simply, I am. In your heart, I remember this long forgotten truth, fulfilled in heart and mind. Now, I also belong to all. to self, to friend, to everyone, to earth, to nature, to time, and especially to you. Om Shanti.
Our world, it's such a mix of truth and it's contradictory. It's beautiful and enigmatic, at the same time needing repair or a remake here and there. Its structures are to wonder about and to be treasured, but they are quickly toppled over by what the progressive among us call advancement, a phenomenon that must happen now. No, this cannot be delayed, neither must progress be postponed. Its brooks and rivulets flow freely to become streams and rivers as they wind their way into the sea. They are shaded by foliage of varied coloration, and they quench the thirst of the various 2- and 4-legged creatures that are meant to roam the forests and the plains they flow through. Rills, rivulets, brooks, rivers, they are almost gone. Their limpid waters are now darkened by the residue of the diggings caused by those who seek the treasures found in the bowels of the earth. Its gorges, hills, and mountains, besides being home to various denizens, also allow those interested to see far out into the rest of creation, the myriad islands and plains that dot the expanse of the boundless waters that in turn serve as home to the aquatic life that lie beneath their rippled surface, that also become turbulent when disturbed. Long ago, the skies echoed with the flapping of wings, accompanied by the singing and the squawking of birds, big and small, that roam their boundlessness freely, in search of warmth in the winter months, to fly back when their accustomed climes are warm again. Oh, how they spread their wings when they were safe! No aircraft to collide against, no black smoke to blur their vision, no drones to block their way. The world in all its grandeur was created for man. It used to be only one garden called Eden, with but one restriction which he failed to comply with. It was unfortunate that he failed to fulfill what was required of him. And so, he and his descendants, we, are now subject to the limitations brought forth by this transgression of but one restriction. He had to suffer, and his children still do. But mankind, the men and women down the centuries, gifted with the intelligence that was innate to their foreparents, have learned to cope. It is this intelligence that has propped them up through the ages. It is unfortunate that because of their great number presently, many have totally digressed from the intentions of the one intelligence that was behind the creation that was meant to be. But through the centuries, these children, through a phenomenon which defies naming, have come upon one truth, that above the chaos that he has called forth upon himself, man is indebted to one, somebody supreme, somebody that beggars imitation, and yet is generous and merciful enough to manifest himself to his creatures, allowing them to commune with Him, making Himself known to them. This is the ultimate knowledge upon which all human striving depends. I, a lowly creature, am fortunate because my Maker has allowed Himself to be known by me, so I can commune with Him in the silence of my very being. He is the point of light that dwells in me, sitting at the center of my forehead, and when I mute my senses to commune with Him, He comes in eloquent silence, in a loving embrace, gifting me with His presence, enriching my being, loving me. Om Shanti.
As I focus my attention to remembering you alone, dear God, I visualize an ocean of stars above me, like a brilliant canopy of twinkling lights. I call on you this time, not just as my Father, but as God, my teacher, my guide, the ocean of knowledge. Looking up at the countless stars, I recalled the first time I heard you as my teacher. You helped me realize who I really was, a soul, a dynamic, very subtle, invisible point of light and life force, non-physical, eternal. I always am. Body dies, I always exist. What relief to know how secure and safe I feel. At last, freedom from fear. Then you whispered, "Look up. You look just like those stars. Bright, light, unburdened. And like the stars, I experience the core of my sparkle and brilliance. I felt such an inner cleanliness, purity, my innate source of goodness made me shine and sparkle. Now I understand what it truly means to be child of God. As my teacher, you revealed to me my highest origin. You focused on my divinity, yet made me understand the significant role I needed to play using my body in this physical world. You uplifted the honor and vision of myself to me as a divine spiritual being. I am beauty. I am power. I am pure worth by myself. And you are the most beautiful, most powerful, highest on high, supreme soul, incomparable to all the souls combined. Just like that brightest superstar above that can illuminate the whole sky. Simply said, you are the undepletable source, ever-flowing, neutrally constant, the donor of all powers and virtues. You are the super sun star in my life, removing all the dark shadows and clouded over wisdom I had. You turn my night into day. That's why I trust only you as my guide. In times of internal conflict, pain, fear, and uncertainty, I can draw out whatever I need from you: clarity, peace, courage. In silent communion and focused remembrance of you, you activate my highest intuitive wisdom, my purest conscience and truth. And just like the stars above me that touch and share their light to brighten up a wider expanse of darkness in the sky, you, my teacher, my guide, you remind me of my purpose in life, and that is to use and share your knowledge and my empowered virtues to touch all relationships and situations with this light of peace, power, and love, planting the seed of good karma, good karmic actions to help create the reality of a new world, a new heaven on earth. I take a final look at the illumined night sky. I smile as I remember you, filled with so much love and gratitude in my heart. As my teacher, my guide, the ocean of knowledge, you light up my life with fortune and blessings. Om I am. Om Soul. Om Shanti. Peace.